Congratulations on your new electric Boogaloo. The best way to start your journey with this new e-bike is by having a trained mechanic handle the building process. The electric Boogaloo ships partially assembled from the factory, and we highly recommend having a professional take care of the assembly, especially when electronic components are involved. If you do decide to build the electric Boogaloo on your own, the following steps will help guide you in the process. This is a general overview, so be sure someone with e-bike building experience assists you. We want you to have fun, but more importantly, we want you to be safe. Building the electric Boogaloo will require many of the same tools needed for any SE bike, including multiple sizes of open-end wrenches and Allen keys. Be sure to have your tools together before starting the process. Have a friend help you take the Boogaloo out of the box, and be careful not to lose any of the parts included. Items like pedals and a kickstand are in the box, along with electronic components and clips for cable management. Remove the 4 bolts from the top of the stem using an Allen wrench. Add a small dab of grease to the threads on each bolt. Grease is super important, so don't skip this step. Place the handlebars onto the stem while making sure that they're facing the correct direction and the cables are routed in front of the bars. Make sure that the clamping area of the handlebar is centered in the stem. Place the top cap of the stem on the handlebar, and then tighten the greased bolts with an Allen wrench while using a cross pattern to distribute pressure evenly. To attach the front wheel, loosen the axle nuts on each side of the wheel and then slide the axle into the fork dropout. Make sure the front brake rotor is on the left side of the bike. Press the safety washers into place. Tighten the axle nuts evenly on each side of the wheel using a 15mm wrench while making sure that the front wheel stays centered within the forks. Remove the spacer in the front brake caliper. It's important not to pull the front brake lever when the wheel is off and the spacer is removed. Carefully slide the caliper over the brake rotor. Add grease to the mounting bolts and lightly attach the caliper to the fork. Make sure you don't get grease on the brake rotor or the brake pads because that will contaminate them. Pull the front brake lever to center the caliper around the brake rotor. Centering adjustments may be needed on the caliper mount. You definitely want an experienced bicycle mechanic to handle this step. Attach the front brake cable to the fork using the included cable clips. The kickstand attaches to the plate on the inside of the chainstay. Be sure to add the washers to the mounting bolts before attaching them. Each pedal will have a designation to indicate left or right. Add a dab of grease to the pedal threads and attach the pedals by turning the spindle towards the front of the bike. Remove the pinch bolts on the side of the stem to add grease. After reinstalling the grease bolts, be sure that the front wheel is in alignment with the handlebars. Evenly tighten the pinch bolts once the angle is correct. If the headset feels too tight or too loose, loosen the pinch bolts on the side of the stem. Then use the compression bolt on the top of the forks to add or release tension to the headset. When you find the correct tension, tighten the pinch bolts to secure the stem. To install the Bafang motor display, find the correct rubber insert for the clamp. Carefully open the hinge and connect the display to the crossbar. Use an Allen wrench to secure it in place. Locate the electronics connectors. Insert them into the matching ports on the back of the Bafang display. Attach the headlight to the handlebar on the right of the stem using the correct rubber fitting. Use an Allen wrench to secure it in place. Then connect the headlight wires. Both tires will need air. Use a pump to inflate them using the PSI guide on the tire sidewall. Don't use higher or lower air pressure than what's printed on the tire. Attach the included valve caps when you're done adding air. Use the power switch on the controller to turn the bike's electronics on. The thumb switch also controls the riding modes and the headlight. The Bafang Go app can also be used with the controller and provides additional details. To charge the battery, insert the battery charging cable into the charging port on the down tube. The battery compartment can be opened using the thumb switch. To remove the battery, use the keys that were included with your bike. Your front and rear brakes need to be bedded in. You cannot skip this step or your brakes won't work properly and may make a lot of noise. To bed the brakes in, get your bike up to a medium speed and then apply the brakes evenly. Gradually slow down, but don't come to a full stop and don't skid. Repeat the process 10 times each for each brake. To make sure your bike is built correctly and ready to ride, have an experienced e-bike mechanic review work to make sure everything is secure and safe.